So this is the second part, sorta, kinda, a little bit, maybe, to another video about how I started selling crack. You can find that video somewhere. I don't know where. I'm not about to waste my time figuring it out. Today we're gonna go on to a part 2 of sorts, and I'll tell you about my life as a low-level drug dealer. Today we're gonna get into my life after I started selling crack and then weed and then pills. It was hard times out here, all right? And to all my people in the streets, if the police come and arrest me for this video, I will 6'9" all you niggas with no hesitation. That was questionable. Listening to it after I said it out loud, that was very questionable. Picking up where I left off in the last video, I'm sitting at the round table with the few co-conspirators I have left. All previous plans have went out the window because we went from selling weed to selling crack. Me personally at the time, I didn't even know how crack was smoked. But I knew a crackhead when I saw one. But my homeboys knew crackheads that I didn't know. Now in this operation, I was the muscle mostly, because I was the dark-skinned big dude that didn't talk and nobody knew my name, but I looked like I would eat your whole family, kids and dog included. So I'm walking around with my homeboy as he's handing out samples to potential customers, and I'm learning a lot about my neighbors that I didn't know. Everybody is smoking crack. The lady down the street, the old lady around the corner, the one dude that sells drugs. I'm not really sure how that works, but they do say don't get high on your own supply. The dude that did work on everybody's houses and was extremely buff, also smoking crack. Dude can fix any appliance in your house, bench press 350, run a mile in 6 minutes, and still smoking crack. I'm not sure if I was impressed or afraid. Later that day, one of the dudes he gave a sample to came back higher than Buzz Lightyear, going to infinity and beyond, telling us how the older drug dealers thought they were Nino Brown and we are the future. And at 15 years old, I'm like, damn, I am the future of the crack cocaine business. Nigga, I wanted to be a doctor. How did I get here? Next day, 2 things happened. One, the uncle we got the startup money from demanded a return on his money immediately, which I don't know how fast he thought we was about to sell anything. And when we didn't have it, he told my godmother what we were doing and what happened with the money. So now everybody knows we selling drugs and we never gave him that $400 back. Secondly, we took the day off. I don't remember if it was Memorial Day, Columbus Day, Labor Day. All I know is we wasn't selling anything. And I'll never forget my cousin Darrell coming up to us like, y'all the only drug dealers I know that take holidays off. And later in the day, as we sitting in my godmother's van, my dad walks by and says, hey, I heard y'all guys was selling that stuff. At the time, my father was on such substances, so I sat there and pondered to myself, would I sell drugs to my own father? Then I thought, is his money any different from anybody else's? And then I sat there like, damn, this is where I'm at in life. He didn't buy any at that time, but let's just say, had the circumstances been different, I mean, hey, the customer's always right. Well, this is how this operation worked. I sat upstairs by the back window. I have the drugs. There'll be one person out front to meet the customer and collect the money. There's a third person in the middle that can go to get the drugs from me to take it to the customer. Sometimes I would stand outside with the person getting the money just as a security measure. I know this shit sounds sophisticated and like we halfway knew what we was doing, and that's correct. We only halfway knew what we was doing. This worked for a while until we realized niggas is very unorganized and there was way too much competition. This was a terrible idea. We never made a lot of money and we never got a lot of customers to justify having all these people selling drugs together. Then on top of that, like, bro, how we selling drugs at home and you still late for work? Like, dudes is terrible. So in the end, the smartest decision we made was we gonna all sell our shares of this crack cocaine endeavor to the one person who knew the most and was the most ready to do it. And he took over the drug business from there. But wait, there's more. We all moved on from that experience and did whatever we wanted to do. But one day, when entering someone's house without their permission, that's a great way of saying breaking in, we found some items, took them to a pawn shop, we all collected some money and split it 3 ways. I went with one of the people to the weed house that they were buying weed from, and for some reason, I don't know if they were stealing it, making it, I don't know how this was happening. Whatever amount of money you were spending, you got double the amount of weed at this place. Well, $5 got you $10 worth, $10 got you $20 worth, etc., for y'all that don't know how to do math. Welcome to my next business venture. I bought weed from this house every single day and sold it nonstop like I was a nigga selling weed. There's nobody to compare myself to there. Even sold weed to some of the crack customers, which is strange. Like, damn, you smoking crack and weed and drinking beer, and then damn, like how much fun are you trying to have, or how many problems do you have? One or the other, maybe both. As far as the weed goes, I did that for a very long time until I think the police raided that house or somebody shot it up and I couldn't go back there and buy anymore. So that was like maybe 6 months. But for the time it was going, it was fantastic. I would watch a crackhead clean somebody's entire house for 2 hours just to get $10 and come bring me 5 of it. And I was like, damn, America. And then there was the pills. And I'm gonna be honest with you, this is just very simple. I saw somebody do it and now I started to do it. Look, this is very easy. I'm not recommending you do this because you're gonna go to jail. How you gonna go to jail? Because if they come after me because you said I told you how to do it, I will completely sell you out. I am not about this life. I'm not in these streets. I pay my taxes, wear a seatbelt, look both ways when I cross the street. I am not your friend. I'm telling you that now. Basically, people would get prescriptions for certain pills and they would prefer to take other pills, or they would just be on pills in general and they would just take prescriptions they were given to sell them at a certain price and then you resell them at a higher price. One time, sold a dude 2 Xanaxes and he came near me and was like, I was on the computer on the porch and he was standing next to the porch just talking about electronics. And then I noticed he had a lottery ticket in his hand, scratch off ticket. And I'm thinking he's scratching off the ticket and checking it out. He's actually has something else and is chopping up the Xanax on top of the scratch off ticket, and then just in the middle of the conversation, he didn't even put the pill in his mouth. He snorted it through his nose. It was like his hair spiked up, electricity was coming everywhere. I'm exaggerating a little bit, but his afro was here and it went here. Like shit was wild. And yeah, so sold weed until the weed house I bought from got taken down. I sold my shares of the crack cocaine business, and the pills went on for a while until I got a real job and left the street life behind. So yeah, that's pretty much how that went. It was very ghetto. It was very interesting to say the least. And that's how we ate sometimes and bought clothes and school clothes and supplies. It was rough out here, all right? 0 out of 10 would not recommend. I'm tired just thinking about the shit again. After all that, I got a job at a pawn shop and that took many turns in several directions. We'll get to that story at another time. Until then, I don't know. I got other shit to do. Bye. That's the end of the video song. All right, bye.